We are here, everybody, with our Week 6 SPL predictions. We have just finished up with the bye week. We had 5 weeks of play. The charity event week where we raised $71,000 for Allied. And now we have the second half of the spring split, which is another 5 weeks. Set up, same order like it is last time. Basically, by this point, pretty much every team has played every other team. Not necessarily, but every team will play every team twice. And so now for the teams that have gone around and play everybody, they will play everybody again. I think there's a couple teams that still need to play, one other team or something, perhaps in each region. But that's about it. So first, we have Soar and the Ren. But I would still expect this to go 2-0 the way of Soar. But I would not be completely bamboozled by a split. So if you're on the Randozzo's clown hype train, I would go split. I don't see them taking 2. But the safe money is on Soar. A great game this week is Eager versus Denial. Denial adds their score. So if you're on the Randozzo's clown hype train, I would go split. I don't see them taking 2. But the safe money is on Soar. A great game this week is Eager versus Denial. Denial, as their score has shown, has just been like, boof, right in the middle. They have been so midway that it's just like the most mid that has ever midded in mid. To where they have played up like crazy and they have played down like crazy to competition. So I hope they play up to their competition like they have before, because they're going to need to, because they go against Team Eager, who is on fire right now. Eager is electric, and I expect them to probably do the best out of any team in this second half of the split. I would have them going 2-0. I also expect them to be the only team right now guaranteed to go to DreamHack from NA. LG and ALG. Previously, these two teams split. Luminosity recently losing to Randozzo's. I expect this to pretty much go the way that it did last time. And I expect recently losing to Randozzo's. I expect this to pretty much go the way that it did last time. And I expect this to go the way of split between them. I don't expect anything to change there. I still expect that to go 1-1. LG, both, actually, every team in NA has a chance to make DreamHack right now, except for Randozzo's, I believe. But these 2 weeks into the second split will really determine who's going to be able to go and who's just fighting for relegations and stuff. Fnatic and Leftovers. Fnatic lost, and they lost, and they lost, until they finally started to win again. They finally started to grab some games. They're going up against the Leftovers, who have been not super impressive, but they do have a lot less games played than Fnatic. Fnatic having 16 games played there, Leftovers only having 12 games played. 4-game difference is a big deal. I have this the way of split. Cringe Crew and Torpedo. Cringe Crew could very well be a top 3 team in Europe. For me right now, it's going to be between... So, Panthera's in, Paradigm is pretty much in, and then it's between Cringe Crew and Dignitas for 3rd place. Cringe Crew should be able to take that 2-0 over Torpedo Gaming. But the thing with Cringe Crew is they do sometimes do the denial, where they play up to their competition, but they also play down to their competition. So as long as they can make sure they're playing up, even though they're against Torpedo, they should be fine. Panthera and Dig. Dig's a good team. Dig's a good team this year, but they're not Panthera. So that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. Paradigm and Hungry for More. Paradigm. That was pretty easy. See those? How easy those 2 picks were? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, both Dig and Hungry for More will be off of losses, coming from Panthera and Paradigm respectively, which means this game gets a little bit more interesting, but Dignitas does definitely have potential to be a top 3 team. which means I'm giving them this 2-0. I expect Hungry for More to be one of the bottom 2 in Europe. Enemy versus Envy. This game will be very important in terms of seeding, in terms of momentum, in terms of, especially for Envy. Not necessarily Envy, but this is Envy's set. Envy needs to win this set 2-0. They need to take this set. Enemy grabbing a lot of those 4 losses in the last couple of weeks here in SPL. I think they were like 8-1, and then they went 10-4, so that's a 2-3 record right there. Still Enemy, still in first place in NA. Envy's new lineup, not like they got new people, but their new switcheroo is strong. It's strong. They have some very strong players back into some roles they're very comfortable on. This is a complete toss-up. This game is the one you don't want to bet on in Vegas because it's like 33, 33, 33. Like, they're straight. All these options are good options. So I'm going to take it the Envy set. That could be very important. But, man, dude, this is going to be an incredible set. Envy extremely strong with Pain to Beyond. They leaded them. Sora Gaming individually some of the best skilled players, and Baskin, who's arguably the best player in the game right now, in this one of the strongest roles right now in the solo lane, who does well in the enemy set. That could be very important. But, man, dude, this is going to be an incredible set. Envy extremely strong with Pain to Beyond. They leaded them. Sora Gaming individually some of the best skilled players, and Baskin, who's arguably the best player in the game right now, in this one of the strongest roles right now in the solo lane. But we'll have to see how it tunes out. I imagine it's going to... Don't stop that. I imagine it's going to go the way of Split. But once again, that game is another one that could just go 2-0 either way, depending on, you know, who splits the nails that week in their previous games, who's got the momentum coming forward, who's feeling good, who's got the most practice in, because we just had a bye week. A lot of information that we don't necessarily have yet, but that you will before these games come. So always feel free to change your answers before the week comes as we get more and more information. All of a sudden, Enemy loses 2-0 to Envy. Maybe you're like, ah, shit, quickly switch that over, 2-0 Sora. Sora loses earlier in the week to Randozers or something, you're like, oh man, Enemy. Make sure you pay attention. Envy Randozos should be 2-0 Envy. Should be. And I don't want to overthink it, so I'm going to throw it 2-0 to Envy. Randozos, though, are playing strong. Finishing up with Paradigm and Torpedo Gaming, that should be 2-0 the way of Paradigm Gaming. Shouldn't be too crazy. So our final predictions for the week is Sora over Randozos, Eager over Denial, LG ALG split, Fnatic and Leftover split, CC win over Torpedo, Panthera win, obviously, Paradigm win, Dig win, Envy split, Enemy Source split, Envy win, Paradigm win, and that wraps up our Week 6 predictions, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you agree and disagree, and why.